Hi, this is Ms. Stewart, and I'm letting you know how to get to your MackinVIA library resources. The first link you see, the long one, is already available to you on your student Gmail under an email I sent out called Important Library Link, Save This. You might already have accessed it that way at some point during the school year. With several language arts classes, mostly with 6th grade classes, we reviewed the links in the Schoology class, the ELA Schoology class, and this MackinVIA link is there in Schoology for you as well. And then now it is also on our new Information Center Google Sites page, and I will show you that access in just a minute. The other way, I have another way that it looks much more straightforward, but actually involves a couple extra steps. If for some reason that first way of accessing MackinVIA is not working, the simple www.mackinvia.com will work, but the extra step is you have to type in our school name and then click login and then continue with the regular steps using your student Gmail login to get into MackinVIA. We're doing a quick stop over at the MackinVIA Administrator page. This is background information that I can see on MackinVIA. And we just changed the loan period for our ebooks to 21 days, so that's 3 weeks. We bumped it up from 14 days, 2 weeks, just to extend that loan period a little bit longer. And you'll see that the resources are limited to 5 books at a time, and you're allowed 1 renewal, which means you can have those books an extra 3 weeks. I believe that's how it's set up. If you have any problems with this or it doesn't seem to be working right for you, of course you can let me know and I can go in and see what's wrong with it. We currently have 5,000 ebooks, actually over 5,000 ebooks available to you through MackinVIA. A lot of them are nonfiction that were given to us for free during this time period, and some of them are more elementary resources. There are about 800 that we purchased ourselves for the school, but we have access to over 5,000 right now, and I was just given some more money for ebooks, and this is some of the new ebooks. These are some of the new ebooks that should be showing up over the next week or two. We were able to add some graphic novels, some books that are coming out as movies soon, and I went through our list of most popular checkouts to give me a little bit of guidance. I'm going to go to the next page here. See how quickly it loads. Not quickly. Anyway, you'll see a lot of Big Nate and Diary of a Wimpy Kid, along with a lot of other popular titles, some that you've probably already read. But we wanted to make sure there were some fun things there for you to enjoy and not just nonfiction, although there's a lot of nonfiction that's good and new and recent and available there on MackinVIA right now as well. Now on to how to log into MackinVIA. The regular way to get in, like I said, is through your email from me on your Schoology Language Arts page through those library links or through our new Google site. So I wanted to show you where our Google site is. This is the digital learning page that you're probably using for all of your classes right now. And in Student Services, that's what we want. Under Student Services, we have a Library IC page, and this takes us to our Google site. And this has only been up and running for a couple weeks now, and I'm still adding to it. On the main page of the Information Center Google site, you will see that there's a link to Destiny Discover, which is, of course, our library catalog. So you can check your library account now. Anytime you want to, you can see what's available for checkout, although you can't access those books right now, which is why we're going to MackinVIA. But just while I'm at it, if you're worried about books that you have at home, library books that you have at home that are overdue, please don't worry about those right now. We will sort that out when we get back to school. Just hold on to them for now. And then MackinVIA here, I'm going to click on the link to MackinVIA. There's also access to the Gale Dodia databases and ebooks here, as well as a link to the MWR library. But back to MackinVIA. Okay, so actually this is good because it's showing me the problem that a couple students have had with logging in through this link. And that is it's asking for a username and password. Well, we don't have a username and password for our Fallen account. We log in using our Gmail. So I am going to use that alternate way to get into MackinVIA and show you how to navigate that. Okay, so the other way to get into MackinVIA, if the regular way is not letting you log in with your student Gmail, is to just search for MackinVIA using Google or type in www.mackinvia.com. Pull up MackinVIA this way. And all you need to know is how to spell Netzeberg. And remember that we're at the middle school. Choose the school and it will change the screen, and then all you have to do is click this blue login button. And it should take us to the correct page that the other link should have taken us to, and now it's giving us the option to sign in with Google. Okay, choose your Gmail. Okay, and MackinVIA opens up, as it always does, to show us all resources. This means everything is in a long alphabetical list. So from here, we have the links on the left to look at just ebooks, which is what's at the start of this list too. Our databases like Gale, ABC Clio, Encyclopedia Britannica, some of the ones you've probably already used this year. And then audiobooks are here as well. I'm going to start with audiobooks. And in audiobooks, it's an alphabetical list. And we have just 80 audiobooks. Just a little bit of information so you know what you're looking at. If a book says, whether it's an audiobook or an ebook, if it says 1 out of 1 is available, first of all, it means it's available for checkout. But second of all, it means that it is a single user audiobook or ebook and only one person can read it at a time. So if you are reading a book and you finish it before those 3 weeks, the 3-week checkout period is done, please remember to turn it in so that it can be available to other people. Now, if there is no information about availability, it doesn't say available 1 out of 1, or if it says available multi-user, that means that many people can be reading the book at the same time. And in fact, for most of those, the entire school could have that book checked out and be reading it. So we do have some multi-user books. I would say most of ours are single-user books just because of cost or availability. Obviously, with the multi-user books, it's not quite as urgent to return a book as soon as you're done with it. With the single-user books, that would be appreciated. So to check out a book, of course, you would use the checkout button over here on the right, and then that book would keep your place. You could listen to a couple chapters, and then when you went back to it, it would keep your place for you. Same with the ebooks. You can read them, you can preview them. Sometimes it's just the first chapter. If you click on Open Now, it'll let you read a little bit of it. It'll probably show you the first chapter or two, but if you check it out, then it's yours for those 3 weeks and it will keep your place for you. You can download it to a device. If you put the MackinVIA app on your phone or your tablet, you can download those books to your device and actually read them without using up any internet data, which is kind of nice. If you need any help with using the app version of MackinVIA, feel free to contact me. It is a little bit different, but it's not difficult to use. I want to show you what I have checked out just for a second so you see what it looks like once you have items checked out. You click on this little green button next to the welcome and go to checkouts, and this is what I have out. I have a graphic novel called The Dumbest Idea Ever. Here's my option to download it if I want to download it. And I have 3 audiobooks that I'm listening to with my kids, Anne of Green Gables, Hatchet, and Clayton Bird Goes Underground. And you'll see that it gives you the expiration time. So when a book is due, it just gets pulled right back into the system. unless you renew it. And then over here, the button that used to be checkout, if I was done with that book, I would go ahead and click return and return it before those last 8, almost 9 days I have to read it. So again, if you finish a book early, please return it just so it's available to other people. And there is another thing you might want to see, might want to check out for ebooks before I let you go. There is something called, and I will post this separately, Teen Book Cloud. It's listed in our databases. You can scroll down the 3 pages to get there. Teen Book Cloud, and then there's also one called Tumble Books Premium. So Teen Book Cloud has things that are more middle school and high school oriented. It has a lot of graphic novels, and you just read it right on the site. It's not anything you can check out or download, but you just use the site and open it up and start reading. It does mean that you have to stay logged into MackinVIA, however, so if you lose access to a book, just log back into MackinVIA and you should be able to continue reading the book. Please let me know if you have any questions. I am available on email. Thanks for listening.